Hello Android gamers, great news! Today I'm going to show you how to fully play and install Jedi Knight 2 Jedi Outcast on your Android device. First off, you'll need this great application from the Google Play Store. This is a paid app that will cost you about $2, but it's well worth the cost to pay to play. This GPL port is brought to us by Beloko Games. This is a regularly updated app, and you can do lots of great stuff with it. For instance, adding mods to the game, the skins, character models, and full conversions. The developer has been adding support for these in the latest build, so it's well worth getting the application. In addition, a lot of different controller types are supported. A lot of OTG controllers. Here's a list here you can check in the description. For instance, Xbox and the following controllers are all supported. And the on-screen controls are actually very excellent, and we'll go through how to modify and set up those controls. Now let's talk about getting this installed for you. Once you have the app purchased, simply open it from the Play Store or the link on your home screen. Right away you'll see a button to start the game and a button to demo the game. To demo the game, we'll simply download a shareware demo of the game, which is basically the first level. This is free to get, anybody can get this. To play the full game, you'll actually need to have the game data installed on your computer. We'll show you how to transfer that over and set it up now. I should note that when you start the downloads, you may be required to download additional data files to update the app. This is perfectly normal. Just click OK and it'll download everything automatically and set it up for you. Jedi Knight 2 Jedi Outcast is still available to purchase from the Steam store. There's a link to it here. But you may also have the older CD or DVD versions of the game. Either of these will work fine to install and play the game. The difference will be the install directory will be different. By default, the regular CD version will be located at My Computer, the C drive, Program Files, LucasArts, Jedi Knight Jedi Outcast, Game Data, and the Base folder. Inside the Base folder contains all the data we need to play the game. The first two files, 0 and 1, are the only files required to play the game, but if you want you can copy all the files over and paste them onto your Android device. Now this is the regular version. The Steam version of the game will be located at My Computer, the C drive, Program Files, Steam, Steam Apps, Common, Star Wars Jedi Knight Jedi Outcast, Game Data, and the Base folder. You'll note that this data is the same even though the location is different. And it's the first two files here that we're interested in. Now let's plug in our Android device and transfer over the data. Now that my Android device is attached via the USB cable, I'll need to open it up and explore it. I want to look for the internal memory, not the expansion SD card that I've added, but the internal memory. This is the root directory. This is the default space that opens up when you plug in the USB cable. Now look for the Beloko Games folder and open that up. We want the JK2 folder, and then the full folder, and the base folder. Here in the base folder, we are now ready to place our game data. These PK3 files, the first ones, 0 and 1, are the only required files. Simply copy and paste or drag and drop them into the correct location on your phone. Once these are transferred over, we'll be ready to play the game. If you wish to add mods to the game, things like player skins, weapon conversions, total game conversions, different sound and music, simply download those PK3 files and add them to the same base folder on your Android device. Here it is. Simply download them and copy and paste them into this folder. They'll then show up in the mod menu, or some of them are just automatic and they'll run simply being in this folder. I'll add the link into the video's description and you can check all those out. Now that all our game data is in place, we're ready to launch the application from our Android device. We'll start it up here. Here's the play screen for you to launch the game. We're going to check out the tabs along the top. Next we have the gamepad menu. If you want to use a gamepad, you'll need to enable it here by putting a check right there, and it'll hide the on-screen controls for you. can also configure it from this menu. Next we have the options menu. Now if you wish to change the location that the game data goes, if you want to put it on an external SD card, you'll need to specify it here. You'll simply click choose and you'll change the location. After you've changed the location, you'll need to place the data into this location before the game will launch. Now we're ready to play the game. Here we are at the main menu. We're going to check out these settings. First up, the graphics options. Now I'm running the HP touchpad. This is a dual core device with 1 GB of memory. I've clocked it up to 1.5 GHz and I can really max out the settings at this point. You can configure them for your own device, but basically what this means to you is any dual core device with at least a 1.2 GHz processor and 1 GB of memory will run this very well. Next up, now I have to note that I've had to disable the in-game music. The sound effects and everything will play, but the game actually has that great dramatic Star Wars music that's constantly playing in the background. I've had to disable it due to copyright concerns so I can show you some in-game footage. Finally, the mod menu. Now some of the mods will need to be loaded. You'll add them into the game file and then they'll show up here and you'll simply click load. Some of them will load automatically and you won't need to do this. Now we've gone through the menu system, let's start up a new game.
I think I saw someone.
Here we are in the game. Going to take you on a little tour of the controls. Just a little NPC dialogue here at the beginning, we'll just wait for that.
This is my last day on this ship. Oh yeah, where you moving? Sector 7 had an opening, so I applied. Bad. Should be a quiet last day.
Now every weapon has 2 firing modes. There's 2 big crosshairs here on the screen. This weapon will do a burst or a single shot. Next up you have your action buttons here, your regular action button, and this one will do your force powers. You can toggle your force powers along the bottom here. I don't have any yet, but I will get some eventually. Duck and jump. Along the left side of the screen you have a quick toggle for changing the weapons. You can also get to this by pressing and holding the crosshair in the middle. Another quick toggle menu, very handy to have. Along the top side of the screen, we have a quick toggle for the lightsaber. It'll automatically bring out the lightsaber and go to first person, but I don't have it quite yet. Next, we have a toggle for the console. If you want to type in cheat codes, type them in here. Over here, we have our data pad, all the pertinent information for the in-game. Next we have a toggle for the inventory buttons. You see them coming up there at the bottom. This will toggle through your inventory and you can select them with this button. And on the end here you have a toggle between first and third person button. Now this can be very handy. You want to peek around a corner, maybe you want to just find your pathing a little better. Switch from first to third person. It does this automatically when you pull out the lightsaber as well. And of course we have a save and a load button. Very handy. You want to save often in this game. Now in the middle of the screen here we have a large gear symbol. This allows us to customize the layout of the on-screen buttons and even the touch areas of the screen. You can actually move them around depending on where you touch the screen and put them in a more convenient location. You can also move around all the buttons individually and place them and resize them. Hit the gear button again and you'll go to the inventory menu. Here are the inventory buttons. You can move those around on the side of the screen. Anywhere in the grid works. Hit the button again and you get the toggle for the quick weapons button. You can move this around depending on where you want it. Hit it again. Here's your force buttons. Hit it again and you will exit. And there's all your menu options. You can check them out. Set it up the way you like it. Now let's show you a little bit of the in-game gameplay.
What was that? Is someone there?
I like to toggle between third and first person.
Or I'll shoot.
Blasters aren't going to do much good against that.
I'll see if I can find a way to get the door open. Wait here, Jan. Here we toggle the action button. Now, depending on how you touch the screen, you can actually kind of creep. You can move like really slowly, or you can run at full speed. You get the hang of it after a while. So I can kind of creep up the control panel nice and slow.
Perimeter defenses online.
Did that do it?
No, but... That's one way to do it.
As you can see, the performance is quite good. And the graphics are very detailed. You can just creep around, show you the different variations in speed. There's slow speed, and you can run
Stay
full
here,
tilt.
Dan. Cover our back.
Okay, I'll wait here. Don't take all day.
Little spoiler alert. You just hop down there. Sneak out the door. And you can see, even though I'm filming this, I can still move around very well. The touchscreen controls are quite excellent. Rebel scum! Low blow. Let's let Jan in here.
I think this is a primary control console. I think I'll hang out here a while and see what kind of trouble I can cause.
Anyone out there?
There you have it. Jedi Outcast, running very well on Android. Check it out yourself. Please subscribe to see the latest updates with gaming on Android and Beloko games.
Anyone out there?
Please like the video and thank you for watching. Or